And just like that, we re-begin, ladies.
Yeah, welcome back to Incel Talk.
Oh!
My name is Jaaron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm Ryan.
And that makes me Powys, and welcome to the TriPod.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't stick with Incel Talk. I know we've been trending that way the past few pods here. Just a few incels screaming at the internet. And,
Spotify ratified my incellularity.
I'm sorry. Sorry, whomst?
Spotify whomsted me and recommended this song to me called I Don't Need It by Jamie Foxx.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like, you got love for me. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah, we're getting into the DMCA's nice and quick.
Mean, come on.
Every single ep.
Don't make them work for it.
I think we're still small fry enough where it's not an issue.
You can't admit that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we're fucking huge, bro. We're massive.
I'm fucking huge, bro. It's just cold outside right now.
The water's about this cold. You dig? You dig. Shouts to Andrew Roosevelt for telling me that story back in the day.
What about having a small wiener?
Well, no, we're back.
Wow.
No, about this guy.
Welcome back to the podcast where we call out every small wiener we've ever known.
My own. What? Damn. No, I already said it's cold outside.
Dude,
Damn.
my
Continue
window's
your
open,
story,
bro.
please.
Something about he went, I don't know, surfing with someone, and some old guy told him, like, listen, it's cold in there. The water's about ziggity this cold. For our audio listeners, I'm holding my fingers about an inch apart because it's a joke about how when it's cold in the water, your penis changes size.
Yeah, maybe for you guys. I don't know.
It doubles in size from half to 1 inch.
I put a swell on you.
Okay, we're coming in hot today, boys. Holy shit.
Because you're mine. Yeah. Anything going on with you guys that's non-penis related?
Not usually, but...
But?
Oh. This isn't going to be
butt.
as... it's not going to hit as nicely for the audio listeners, but Jared just got a nice little tattoo. Oh, that's too
Dancing giraffe, huh?
Yeah, it's...
Giraffe.
It is a homage to the 1990s Toys R Us giraffe mascot with a...
Oh, damn. I remember that guy.
With a boombox on his shoulder, wearing some acid trip pants, quite similar to Jaren's, on a nice, I guess, golden path? You can't really tell on my skin right now until it heals. But yeah, nice little space portal on the elbow. My arm is swollen AF right now.
Yeah, that's cool. But my arms are always swollen, but you know. Different. I'm just built different, so. That's too bad though that like you're not allowed within 100 feet of a Toys R Us because you know it's.
This is why they had to brand me. They're like, this guy
selling ad space.
He has the mark of the pedo. He's not allowed near a Toys R Us.
I thought that was a very beautiful description of it. I thought it was super cool. I've been sketching some lines of something of a novella lately.
A novella?
Part of Powys's Daenerys redemption quest.
Sick.
I mean, not really, but like...
Is this just you're writing a fanfic?
I had the realization...
I mean, I'm into it.
Thank you.
TriHards fan fiction.
Ooh, baby.
It's gonna happen one day.
I just basically thought, like, yo, I want to redeem Daenerys, like, simple as that. Like, I know we talk about Thrones all the time.
You are the guy for the job as well. You're if anybody should rewrite it better, it should be Powys.
I mean, I don't mean Thrones. I mean, given that the books are not complete,
Powys is taking over for George, baby.
It's possible.
There's a lot of money to be made.
It's possible that Daenerys has an appropriate ending in the books. Is that?
Yeah.
That's true, right?
I think so.
Or did George just tell the two boys, hey, here's how... Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we will never know. Exactly, yeah.
He will die, won't he?
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay, but it doesn't matter because Powys is going to step in and finish it.
He's just going to get George Lucas to come in and finish writing the books, and it's going to be incredible.
George R. Lucas.
There's going to be baby dragons. It's going to be a hot meme for like 3 months, and then everyone's gonna forget about it.
Everybody's going to be reading the last book written by Powys. It's going to be like Daenerys fucking flies away on her drag jetty. Throw over flame breaths, King's Landing.
I was actually, I mean, this story...
Absolute scorching.
Absolute scorch. This was leading to me saying I was trying to write a book that wasn't necessarily... It wasn't about Daenerys, just about something else that could redeem someone in perhaps...
Daenerys adjacent.
Daenerys adjacent.
Dream of spring jetty.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and I was putting mad amounts of Powysian language in it. Some jetties and some buds and some all this stuff. But I wanted to do some research on my writing, so I went to reddit.com/r/writing.
Yeah, the smartest people on the planet. Redditors. Everyone knows this.
For sure. And went to the their top of all time, their top posts of all time, as one does when they go to a new subreddit. And
pretty much, yeah.
I got a bunch of really good tips, and I think one of them was Stephen King or something. I forget. He said
Stephen King is a Redditor? You heard it here first. Yeah. Stephen King is a shit poster.
Underneath, what would his handle be? Throwaway 439821644. But yeah, basically he said description starts with the author but like ends with the reader or something along those lines, or like ends in your reader's imagination or something. Because I found myself really trying to paint the picture so damn clearly. And just Jaaron describing his tattoo, I thought, I wonder what I would, if I had never seen the tattoo, but I heard that description that you said when you described your tattoo. I wonder what I would have painted in my head. You know?
Right.
Probably pretty close, but it definitely wouldn't have been the same. I don't know how tall the dude would have been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you have the context clue of a giraffe.
That's true, but look,
you just imagine pretty tall.
This giraffe has a short neck.
Yeah.
Is it? It's actually an homage to the Toys R Us giraffe.
The reference that I gave her was him surfing from some like 90s novelty beach towel. Amazing. I was like, if I'm getting a giraffe, I got to get the Toys R Us, dude, because like Toys R Us was the fucking hub for my brother and I.
Oh, dude.
It's like, oh shit, where are we gonna get those new Power Rangers? Toys R Us all day. We're at the mall. What made it bearable to be at the shopping mall with our mom on the weekends for fucking 6 hours? Oh, we're hitting that Toys R Us at the end of this shit, dude.
Honestly.
Oh, man.
I went to TNT the other day. Oh, quick in and out of Walmart. Got to get some beans. Got to get something. And Toys R Us was just staring me at the face. Enter me. Come back home. And I just thought, if I go in there, it's possible I'm going to spend $100. So I'm just going to stay
Dude,
out.
you go in for some childhood shit with like adult money is a dangerous game.
Dude. They have maximum flexible wrestling toys in there. Elite Series. Oh, only $35 for this plastic thing. I gripped a new Power Ranger the other day from Walmart. I'm talking like I'm an ivory tower. Zeo Blue. I freaking grabbed him, dude. I just blue and white. He's kind of Vegeta colors. That's from Dragon Ball Z. That's an anime.
I don't think anybody knows.
Wow, what a deep cut, man.
This guy, this is some niche shit, dude. I don't think anyone's ever
anime connoisseur.
Hey, there's two types of Dragon Ball Z fans: guys behind the computer and guys with guns. Feel me? Which one am I? Blicka, blicka, blicka. Who shot?
Two kinds of Dragon Ball Z fans. Those on the keyboard and those on the streets.
There's actually some truth to that, though.
Pretty to the much.
It's like the amount of like rappers that are into anime isn't like. It was baffling at first, but now I'm like, yeah, it's just
anime is gangster.
Like
it's always been the case.
Wasn't a lot of early rap weren't a lot of rappers influenced by comic books and shit like that? At least that's what I've heard from interviews and stuff. These guys talking about how they drew inspiration, or a lot of them were into comic books.
I remember the first Dragon Ball reference I heard from a rapper, I shouted. Because I was just, no. Because, I mean, when we were growing up, all the rappers were old. Right. And they were all, well, not old, but, you older. Know, 30 and 40 and rapping about the streets. And Dr. Dre was making the Chronic, talking about banging bitches and all these groovy jazz beats or whatever. And then Joey Badass, who I think is younger than us, did paper trails. And what does he say? Enter the chamber, get hyperbolic. I was like, what? No, we didn't. And then it was just one after the other, after the other, after the other. And then, but then it got old, but the deeper the cut, the more it was appreciated. Like Denzel Curry did it later, like, I'm going Super Saiyan Go Tanks. I was like, oh, Go Tanks reference? Like, dude, you watch 200 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. It's not like this guy, all due respect, oh, my Vegeta shorts or whatever the hell it's called. I'm really dissing the guy who does not deserve to be dissed. And
Yeah, you're going in on him, man.
if you rep it in any way.
This podcast episode is a diss track, it feels like.
Oh my gosh, don't play a biggity bee.
Let's get a beat underneath. We'll add it in post.
But yeah, I remember I dropped a Dragon Ball line. I see Goku and Vegeta, they competing over strength. Like me and Finn fighting over laps in 5th grade. Say what? Where you at now, Finn? I got a podcast, dog. All right?
He's going to be on the pod one day.
That would be great.
He's going to come back with notes.
He's the origin of dumpster cheese.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Wait, hold on. Dumpster cheese. Did we talk about that in an episode?
From Epi 1.
Oh, it was Epi 1 of the pod. I was trying to remember if it was TriHards or TriPod.
No, I don't know.
Finn was...
I think dumpster cheese has got to make it into an episode one day. It's like one of our top memes, and it was organic.
Makes sense.
Right. Can we
mostly
discuss
YouTube.
possible episodes on here? Or no?
Sure. Why not?
Conceptual? Director? Are you there? Totes,
Yeah,
he says.
totes. All right.
Okay. Jared, hit him with our one we came up with the other day.
Oh, what with the range?
Yes.
Okay, so I go to my parents, asking to be set up for an arranged marriage. I start meeting her, getting to know her, whatever. Pal starts simping on her, and then steals her.
Yes.
And then in the period where Pal's doing his thing, Ryan starts simping on her, and then steals her.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that she was an escort the whole time.
Nice.
And we already
Beautiful.
had like a similar idea where we kind of like share an escort and don't realize it. But
Beautiful.
we're all dating the same woman. But
I wrote a little ditty of a episode intro the other day.
Sick.
A nice little cold open.
Nice.
That I think is a pretty good one. I don't have an episode to go with it, but
Right? But they're coming.
They are.
Because I was legit outside with Jared saying, yo, bro, like, I mean, I think arranged marriage is a pretty sweet concept, to be honest.
It's nice to get set up, I guess.
I mean, I'm down to be set up at all times, and if some
The thing with arranged marriages is like, it was like your parents setting you up with somebody like, oh, they know someone who has a kid, and it's not based on compatibility.
it's not based on compatibility?
No, it was based on your status. Like, oh, this
It's
guy's
like 100%
this guy's son is
political,
a doctor. You should marry him, and that's how it happened. They would meet each other. They're like, okay, you're not ugly. I guess I'll marry you, and then they fall in love later after usually kids or something. They become. It's like a companion kind of love later, but it's
Right.
not like the butterflies like see you across the crowded room kind of love. It's like a
Right.
different kind of love.
It's not decent after Nisha Schlau.
No, it's
to put it simply, yeah.
There's been a few studies where they've done like about how marriages last over like the short like happiness in the short term versus the long term.
Okay.
And the like meet a person and marry them kind of relationship. They reported higher levels of happiness in the beginnings, like the first 5 to 10 years, and then less so later. And the ones that were arranged they reported greater happiness in the later years. And so it's like one of the things that my dad's uncle used to say, he's like, all these kids today are getting love marriages. He's like, we used to get married first and the love came later. I was like, I mean, sure. It's not for me, but I guess it worked for you. I mean,
Sam, I didn't realize that they just totally skirted over the compatibility aspect.
Oh yeah, that's that. I mean, like sometimes you'd meet someone who's compatible, but it was more so like, it was kind of like the olden days where you like would arrange based on status.
Yeah, you sell your daughter for 3 goats.
Exactly. It was it was a little bit more of an updated version of that, but like at the weddings they still give a dowry where they give like gifts and shit to like one side of the family. There's still some stuff that's like a little bit how would I say it, like old school,
Traditional.
Trad.
Yeah. that kind of stuff is a little bit weird to me, but there's some cool stuff in there still, I think.
Because if someone was saying to me, because the idea behind the episode was myself or Jaaron and I were walking up to Safeway, and I said, dude, if someone's going to hook you up with someone, like if they're going to find someone that's compatible with you, they're probably going to be compatible with me. So you just get arranged, and can I swoop dating?
Dude, there is an actual dating app called shadi.com, which is a word for wedding.
What's that?
And it's all about setting people up to get marriages, and it's like basically an arranged marriage site. I haven't really done much research.
You arrange yourself?
I don't know how it works. Maybe I'll try it for an episode or something. For an episode, like as a joke, totally joke, right?
Yo, what if for an episode of TriHards I got married for life, dude? What if just for an episode I just like made a lifelong commitment to another person?
Just meet like my soulmate, and just like as a joke, just like totally fall in love.
I was writing an episode where we all kiss. Super like hilarious, dude. It'd be so funny if we like kiss and like made sure there's tongue.
Yeah. We practiced a few off camera beforehand.
Dude, we're getting way better at rehearsals now. Like rent a rehearsal space, like Marriott, whatever. Who cares, dude? No one's here.
Dude, on those dating apps, I've been getting ads for a Indian exclusive dating app.
What's it called?
Where it's like, you're looking to meet other Indians who are like North American, not from India type deal. And it was like, yeah, they're here. I'm like, I'm interested, but I don't know. I mean, like, I guess if you want to cast a wide net, just apply on all these different ones. But
right, yeah, you got like this the Indian one. You go to J-Date.
Right.
You know, Christian Mingle. Hit all the beats.
Yeah. Yellow Cloud.
Is that actually one?
Black Bug.
No, they're not.
I don't believe any of this now.
Red Clay Road.
I think these are porn sites you're describing now, Powys.
Love Tube.
Oh, dude.
LoveHub.
LoveHub.
Bad Love. Lovevideos.com.
Pornhub.com.
I'm not giving a shout out to Pornhub.com. Yo, I might be going on my friend's podcast to discuss freaking porn addiction and also plug the TriPod.
Yeah, plug TriPod.
Oh.
That's your assignment, yeah.
Go there like, hey, Powys, how are you? I'm well. Let's talk about boner management and...
Boner management. They're talking about load management in the NBA. You're like, all right, Powys, you're having a few too many boners right now. We got to make sure you're ready for the postseason. Jesus. You know, we got to limit you to one or less boners a day.
Yeah, talking about like for real load management. Yeah, okay, so like it's good that you're bringing this up because I want to just kind of set the ground rules here. We do have an open relationship when it comes to this podcast, as long as you're willing to plug this podcast while you're off doing your thing.
Right. I'm down.
Plus or minus plugging TriHards as well.
Right.
I feel like they go hand in hand.
That is a thing, isn't it? TriHards is a thing.
Yes.
Right.
It's out there.
It birthed this. I don't know if it's out there.
Not out there, but it's like, it is out there somewhere. It's just only a limited number of people.
That's true.
Can see it right now.
That's true.
I mean, it will be out there soon at some point.
Fuck, man. So like, should we make this a competition of like who features on the most podcasts?
100%.
Keep a running tally.
I'm down with that.
100%.
Nice.
Powys is just playing with my ears here.
100%. I mean, I thought I knew a lot of people with pods, but I think I know one. Oh, there's also an unsigned BC Instagram account, which is kind of a hub for not signed hip hop artists in British Columbia.
So like me is what you're saying. So I could. You're suggesting that I should go on that podcast. I agree. I would be a fine addition. 100%. Local hip hop scene reveres me.
100%. And so maybe that's two possible ones that I could get on if they ever materialize. We shall see. But yeah, that would be loads of fun.
I'm down
to do.
Pods. More pods. I think I know one person that had a pod when I was working at a store downtown. I guess I don't work there anymore, so I can say I was working at the Lululemon downtown.
Ass model is what he was.
Yes.
In the window.
Not a chance. Yeah, I worked with somebody who was doing like, it was kind of like a self-growth type of pod. I feel like the stuff that she was talking about would have been right up my alley.
Yeah, you guys handle that sphere. You guys go the spiritual pods. You guys can go feature on those. I'll find some fucking other dick joke pods. And
Hey, you know what? We can
that.
bring dick jokes into spirituality.
That's true. That's true.
We've been trying.
That's all right. I'll find
Dick
fucking
jokes-
nerdy shit podcasts.
Making dick jokes is a meditative experience for me.
It can be.
You know, I'm just
Nothing
right
wrong with
here
that.
in the present moment. You know,
Praise
not thinking about dicks of the past or dicks of the future. Just
Not thinking about
the
dicks?
of right now.
What?
Current dicks.
Too many dicks on the dance floor. Work it.
That was actually a song, wasn't it?
Yeah. Too many dicks. He remixed Flight of the Conchords.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Flight of the Conchords.
So awesome.
Absolutely excellent.
So awesome.
Hip hoppopotamus, my rhymes are
Yeah.
bottomless. Coming off the top of this esophagus, I'm rocking this metropolis. Oh! Hope I didn't pop the mic too much there. Yeah, they were classic. What are they, 2 seasons? 3?
I think so.
2, I think. Yeah.
Nice and tight. You know.
Yeah, it's that
There's some
HBO
gold.
shit.
Was it HBO?
It was HBO.
I guess they reran it on Comedy Central then. That's maybe
Yeah,
why I
they
saw
did.
it.
Yeah.
But Comedy Central, when it was really going, was absolute fire at times.
Yeah, man, they had a good run for a while there.
Yeah. Dude, they had, was it John Doerr was on
Yeah.
there at one point? And
Yeah,
Dimitri
the John Doerr television show. That was a good
Martin
show.
I think he was on Comedy Central as well.
Damn.
Strange Things or something it was called. What was it?
I was a big Dimitri lover.
He was like,
Oh yeah. He was on there.
I wasn't as much a fan of him then. I think I appreciated him a little bit more now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think his sense of humor is a little bit more similar to what mine is now.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus, you guys got the nose in common.
Yeah,
so,
straight up,
you know.
right? You turn sideways and it's
Same nose.
What?
Does he have an absolute Jaaron?
Oh, a schnoz. Dude.
Oh, dude, it's bigger than mine.
Oh,
It's
yeah, it is.
incredible.
It
It's
is.
impressive. It's wider and it protrudes further.
Huh.
I think he's Jewish.
And his nose is bigger too.
Nailed it.
All right, nice.
Today's dick joke of the week.
Dick joke of the week.
Present an award.
Oh my gosh. That's the current channel.
It's called the Stiffy.
Stiffy, the weekly Stiffy, presented by the adult store outside my building.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah, there
there
is.
is.
Fantasy Factory talking about shoutouts. I've never been in there.
Dude,
think I have.
Fantasy Factory. There was one on Scott Road.
There was, yeah.
Or it's still there. Their sign hasn't changed in about 10 years, but when they first changed it, it popped me. It said, our answer to Viagra on the advertisement.
Right.
And or on their like little, I guess, billboard
Yeah.
advertisement.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went into one of those type of places one time
Right.
in like high school.
Oh.
I was extremely uncomfortable. Did not want to be in there.
Right.
And then bounced.
The staff's over.
Didn't go in alone. I went in with a friend who was like, I need to grab this, and that.
Shopping list in the sex store.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, fair enough, man. I mean, if you're
She knew
if that's
she
what you're
was
looking
there
to get,
for,
that's the
and I
place
was
to
like,
go.
you know what? We're kind of hanging out. This is kind of a novelty. And then going in there, I was like, this is incredibly uncomfortable.
Right.
I mean, I probably wasn't comfortable with my sexuality at the time, but also there was some shit that was just like, I felt was unnecessary.
I feel like I'd still be uncomfortable now.
Yeah, I don't know.
As a
just
grown
like
man,
giant
as a grown man
dildos
who
right in
has
your face,
had
I'm like,
sex.
I don't know if they had a glory hole. I didn't stay long enough to check. I imagine they did.
Peep shows?
They definitely had peep shows. It was like 25 cents.
Peep
and
show?
You could go like it was like peep like old and timey peep shows.
Was a peep show is just like it's like a
It was
little
like, do you remember those little like the things
yeah,
where you
it's
press
that
the
but with
button and
porn in it.
It changes the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Viewfinders, is that what they were called? Where you would have like
Yeah,
little
yeah,
images
yeah.
that would rotate through this thing. It was kind of like one of those where you put like a quarter in and then it would put like a dirty picture, but it was like nothing close to like anything you could access by going on the internet. So
Nice pair of ankles, perhaps.
I can't believe that back in the day I thought 25-cent peep show was people who watched other people have sex.
I mean, it
That's
probably.
what I thought it was. until
I'm sure there.
five-
I'm sure there was.
I'm sure that was probably a thing too.
Yeah.
But in this case, no, I have not. Blue Mountain State
Oh my lord. Oh my god, dude! I was on Reddit again. Thank you for all this pod content. On our WTF.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an MMA fighter who has a very romantic relationship with his sex doll.
Oh.
They met. They had a marriage.
They met?
They met. He's
They
like,
met.
I remember the day we met.
This, kids, is the story of how I met your mother.
And then they got married.
I remember the day I purchased you off a Russian website and you showed up at my door wrapped in cellophane.
Right? And he said, oh my gosh, she's broken. I hope she can get fixed in time for Christmas. And he developed in love. So if you're going to get a device that allows you to have sex, be mindful that it might be a her type situation
We're not even very far from that right now.
where you fall.
Animatronic
What's the argument you're suggesting here? Is that, like, if you buy a sex doll, be careful not to fall in love with it?
What I'm saying.
Like a cautionary tale? It could happen to anybody.
I mean, it could.
It happened to Yuri Semienko. It happened to your semen maker.
I don't know, man. I don't
know,
think
but
I'm
she
running
should've
the risk
been
of falling in love with a sex doll.
She looked really surprised to be there.
Right, yeah, right.
There was this old show that was like a porn reality show called Family Business.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I 100% remember
Is
this.
this where all the stepmom
This was like Showcase after midnight.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Showcase after midnight. Oh, dude, I might see a boob.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. Exactly.
Totally. And yeah, Family Business, Showcase after midnight.
Dude's name is Seymour Butts.
Right?
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, no, totally. And I don't know, he ran a business, and I don't know if it was an agency for porn
Yeah.
actresses or
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and one woman, one porn actress, perhaps she was a porn star even,
She didn't make it big,
was
dude.
getting her vagina and bum modeled,
Oh, modeled.
as in like they made a like fake version of it, like
Okay.
her whole like
Like a mold,
Yeah.
kind
yeah, but like vagina, but it was like cut off like at the thighs, like it was just like an ass.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous, but
Powys bought it on the internet, and it's right there.
It's so crazy. It's so weird.
It was
It's
hilarious. She had her boyfriend. Of course, she had a boyfriend test it, and she's just laying on the couch and like puts it where her shit would be, and the guy starts banging it, and he's like, "Yeah, this is pretty close, man. This is pretty close to the real deal." I was like, "Damn, son, it's an absolute advert."
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God.
I hope my parents never listen to the TriPod, man.
I hope so too, but who knows? You're getting a view into who I really am.
It's true. I remember, I think I've said this to you guys before, but Margaret and David came to one of the P. Crook shows.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, Powys does release music from time to time under the moniker.
Oh yeah, we get it. You're a musician, dude.
Under the moniker,
kidding.
Moniker P. Crook at P_Crook. I think we see it at the beginning of every TriPod video.
Yeah, if you watch the videos, get us those YouTube views, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did one, and David was just like, "You have to swear that much? You swear every other word. It's a lot of swearing. Do your parents know you're swearing that much?"
For people who don't know, David and Margaret are the parents of a mutual friend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's a pretty spot-on impression.
He just gave me the gears for it. And it was very sweet of them to freaking come and show love. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I have an amazing picture, my cover photo for, or whatever, my banner pic on my Facebook is like a picture from that concert. It's just hilarious. There's a myriad of people that are there, like young, not so young, men, women, people of all different creeds and stuff. And there's just like David so clearly in the back with a smile. I'm just like, oh, dude.
Nice.
I bring people together, B. I bring people together, yo. I drag people by the ear and tell them, come to my show, cabrón, vampiro. Órale, vampiro. You okay, vampiro?
Is he arrested? Probably.
Yeah, that's from some show Matic, my older brother, was telling me about, where they there's a gang called the Vampiros. And they all call each other Vampiro. At all
Makes
times.
sense, yeah.
So they're the cult of their leader is the wrestler.
The wrestler?
Isn't there?
Oh, Vampiro?
Yeah.
Vampiro, you good, Vampiro? Órale, Vampiro, Vampiro. Vampiros!
Nice.
Everything's a cult. Like, why do you think it's a cult? Because we all got connected for a common goal. Survival, dog. Soccer's a cult. Yeah, I know. Wrestling's a cult.
No.
Yeah, I know. Cults are a cult. Wild Wild Country was a cult. Dude.
That was actually a cult.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Actually a cult.
that's very clearly a cult.
This was a man who uses influence and power over vulnerable people.
Sheela used his
Shipped
influence.
in homeless people into the city so they could influence elections. Pretty smart dude. Leading this supposed to be spiritual commune, rolling up in his Rolls Royces and his fucking Rolexes and shit.
Okay, Bagwan.
Banging everyone's wives.
Okay, hold on.
Dude, if you're a cult leader and you're not banging everyone's wives, then why even run a cult?
I agree wholeheartedly.
Curb
But
Your Cult. Have you guys seen that one?
if a dude that you're looking up to is asking to bang your wife, don't let him, because you're probably in a cult.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, hold on.
In other circumstances, it's fine.
I'm getting wild triggered now. Take a deep breath. For people who haven't seen, Wild Wild Country was a Netflix documentary made by these two brothers. For me, it's at the table of my favorite documentaries of all time. Have you guys seen it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You both have seen it?
Yeah.
6-part. They said they even left out so much stuff because the crux, or part of the crux of it, was that they were able to find atomic buttload of freaking archival footage. So they use a bunch of old footage. The Duplass brothers, thank you.
Is it the same Duplass that was in the league? Nice.
Really?
Nice. It was. All right. Sorry, continue.
Crazy. Good trivia. Mark Duplass. Spark. So, yeah. Wild Wild Country was really impactful to me because at the time I was watching it was, I had big dreams. I still have big dreams, of course. I'm a little more satisfied with where I am. I'm still ambitious, but, back then I thought, I'm going to do all this stuff to change the world. And I thought if I had unlimited power and resources, I would have done what they did in Wild Wild Country, which was
So you're going against all the arguments you've had about yourself in the past, where like these people are saying, "Oh, you're gonna rise up the ranks and turn into you're gonna turn into a cult leader."
Episode 2, though. Episode 4, 5, 6, it starts to get okay. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I thought you meant you're gonna
So
go full
the
psycho.
idyllic commune compound is what you're talking
Yeah, I
about
got
then,
you.
not
get
the
behind
rampant
that. I can get
abuse
behind
and
that.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
I retract.
okay, all
Partially.
right.
That's where I was because I thought,
Clip it. Somebody clip it. Yes,
I
put that
thought-
in the Powys folder.
Because I thought, let's all get these like-minded people of various advanced skills and create a freaking utopia then. Let's just make our own, and then maybe we can usurp. Like, we can just show this crazy cool way of life. I don't know about the... yes. I don't know about the... I wouldn't have kept everything. And I don't know if I would have demolished mountains. They literally exploded mountains to
He told me
flatten
he
out
would
the
move
space.
mountains for me.
And Bhagwan was pure until he got a little kiss of fame.
Was he?
A la Bikram, a la all these other dudes.
He flew too close to the sun and then started to really love money and power and drugs. He started doing drugs. And he was like a pure guru. He was a great guru. And his first time he speaks in the dock, I was absolutely hypnotized. I was hook, line, sinker. Like
That's how these people work. They're all like,
Yeah, pal, you got to be careful with that shit, man.
straight up.
Pal's moving to a commune at some point here.
It's a close up of him, just mellow face, and he says something along the lines of, "Do not listen to me. You don't need to trust me. I'm nothing. I am but like a messenger. I was like, whoa, what? This guy is humble in this?
This guy's using some next level tactics. Though.
Okay, dude, but Guan wasn't evil. Sheela was evil.
He's doing this.
No,
it was
he was
obviously the woman.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say, man.
She was pretty fucked up, though, to be fair.
But
I don't think
the man was a prophet, and then this bitch ruined it all.
Dude.
Fucking women.
No, they were both pretty fucked up.
Listen,
Put that in the Powys incel bucket as well.
Put this in the Powys folder. I love Sheela. You see this? I don't know if you guys can see this.
So Powys is going to go back in time and join this cult?
I don't know. I will go back in time and visit. This tree I painted, it literally says Sheela in the branches.
Okay, all right.
I
painted
It does. Sheela because of my love, because of how hard she worked and how badly she wanted Bhagwan to succeed. She went too far, but sometimes you got to go too far. Yeah, she tried to kill somebody. That's not cool.
She was like the Epstein's chick to Epstein. What was her name again?
Right.
I totally can't even allow that to
Ghislaine
stand.
Maxwell or something like that.
Ghislaine, that's right.
Yeah.
Bhagwan is not Epstein.
It's apples and oranges. Apples and oranges.
Apples to oranges in the same sphere.
Not even remotely close. Bhagwan was totally pure. Sheela didn't even meditate.
He said he was pure.
He was pure until he got his first.
Until he wasn't.
Bling.
He was pure until he wasn't.
Dude, Pow, someone's gonna make you do horrible things someday, man.
Man, yo, Bhagwan, he was just a dope teacher that a bunch of people like were so obsessed with him because he was just so sick. And then Sheela was like, "Yo, this is so sick. We can really turn this into something and get people and get money." And
that was honestly the exact recipe of a cult, how it starts and then
Yeah.
how it goes wrong. A charismatic leader, people get behind him because he has a great message, they believe in him, they get super devoted followers that are like, we'll probably die for this person. They get a little bit of fame, all of a sudden they're not living by the words that they're espousing.
Right.
And then they get corrupted, or were they always corrupt the whole time? I don't know.
I lean towards the second, generally.
Everybody hates, not everybody hates, but a lot of people I speak to are not down with Sheela.
Yeah, sure.
I've expressed my love for Ma'anan Sheela, and people are very confused by
Is this why Powys was so interested in the Indian dating site earlier? It really left an impact on him. Yeah.
On International Women's Day, I posted a photo of Sheela. Not that I need the zeitgeist. All right.
Some contrarian ass shit. It's like,
But okay, let me just go a few Sheela details that were not in the doc.
Okay.
That I got from
Independent research.
the two boys were on Rappaport's podcast.
like the actor?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because he said, yo, the shit you
That's
guys
pretty good.
did was so fucking crazy. I need to know, how did you get this shit done? So here's the thing. They said, how come Sheela is free? Because she did all these mad crimes and got caught and went to prison.
Right.
Here's how Sheila's free. She went to jail. She befriended everyone in the jail. She painted the inside of the prison to get 30 days off of her sentence. So she was released 30 days early and got on the first fucking flight to Sweden or wherever she is now, where she's unable to be charged by the United States government. On her 30th, on the day she was supposed to get out, they sent cops to the jail to arrest her on charges for attempted murder. And they got to the jail and said, where the hell is Sheela? And the warden said, we let her out 30 days early. She was a model inmate and painted the frickin' thing. They were like, what the farg?
So I thought you were about to tell me that she did some good and she went into prison, she made amends.
Right, so like, yeah.
And then
you're
came out
big-
as a free woman having atoned for what she did. No.
Yeah.
She
No, she
manipulated
pulled a
her way
scam.
into getting out of prison 30 days early and then escaped to a country where they couldn't arrest her.
Yeah, like this is not a story of a good person.
I thought this was going to be like a beautiful story of atonement and making amends.
Nah,
for
she
your
really
past.
grew from
That's
it.
not even the case,
Yeah.
man.
She's hiding in Sweden. Her and Julian Assange, or where I don't even know where he is now.
Her, Edward Snowden, and Julian Assange are having an orgy right now.
Right.
The moral of the story is, kids listening, she got it.
I hope
done.
not.
Yeah, she got it done, but she
got
didn't
it.
do it in a morally. She
Done.
didn't do it in a morally ethical way.
Yeah, a lot of people have also gotten things done in the past that we'd rather they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
I bawled my eyes out at the end of the doc because Sheela works in an old folks home now, all right, helping old people. So how's that?
Yeah,
for
she
redemption?
helps them reach.
Yeah,
the
so
other side
now
by
she
putting
never
poison
did
in
anything
their
wrong.
food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did poison a bunch of people. That was sus.
Wait, she did actually?
Yeah.
Oh
They
no!
wanted to
Oh
stifle
no!
the vote to
Yeah,
make
I don't
this-
know. You're really not
Yeah.
winning me over with this one, pal.
They wanted to stifle the vote to make
Oh jeez.
so that like the residents wouldn't be able to make it to voting. So they went around to all the salad bars and put like
Yeah.
sickness.
So this is
in
what
it.
she's doing at the old folks' homes. She's like, I gotta get in with the Gen Z crowd. We're gonna get rid of all these boomers,
Yeah.
and that's how we're gonna influence elections. That's how Donald Trump lost the election.
Probably.
Sheila
man.
went around, she poisoned people in the old folks' homes, and now we got Biden as a president.
Okay, all right. So,
One last thing about Sheila.
I would like more than one last thing about Sheila. I still have not heard like a good thing here. You're like, okay, she did all this stuff, but then she also evaded international police by hiding in Sweden, though. Like, what? Wait, where's the good thing?
Oh god, it's valid.
I think this Powys is a member of this cult without being in the
Damn.
cult.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Osho, your teachings were so legit. But yeah, so at the end of the doc, the thing that triggered my waterfall eyes was I think the interviewers ask her, like, do you think you're going to go to heaven or hell? And she says, it doesn't matter if I go to heaven. It doesn't matter if I go to hell. Because wherever I go, I'm going to make it my own personal paradise.
See, like, I feel
thought
like
she was gonna say,
you,
wherever I go, I'm just gonna paint a mural and then get out 30 days early.
dude, I don't know, man. Like, you're reading into it this one way of like, yeah, like make your surroundings what you want kind of thing, dude. I don't know. That sounds like she's gonna like try and launch a coup on heaven. Like,
I'm gonna sacrifice some angels.
like that's insidious. I don't think that's a nice message.
He's going to do a coup on heaven.
Dude, that would be
She's like
sick.
starting angel cults and shit.
Oh my god. Ma'anan Sheila's coup on heaven, dude. It was a power struggle, man. She got beaten by the famous people, even though she was loyal to Bhagwan. She got beaten out by his inner circle. He said, I'm going to start a new ring with my new famous friend as the head of it. And she said, whoa, what the heck? What about me, bro? And he's like, yeah, what about you, son?
Dude, the
Yeah.
same shit happened with Bikram. He had a fucking second in command, same way. He was espousing shit that people, like, idolized him like he was some prophet. He was bringing this great knowledge to people.
Right.
And then he used his power in corrupt and evil ways. I think...
I didn't do a very good job of selling the people on Sheila, did I?
No.
No, not at all.
Damn.
It's okay. We'll revisit it in a couple
We'll revisit.
pods.
We'll have a...
Yeah.
What, a Sheila redemption pod? If
Yeah.
she deserves it after we do our research.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Jury's still out on that one.
Why do I love Sheila then?
I don't know.
Powerful, matriarchal...
The Powys,
figure.
what's your thoughts on Scientology?
Strong.
Like, I think we can get to the bottom of this.
I mean, I love Top Gun.
Okay, yeah, I knew it.
Pulp Fiction was a great movie.
Damn, son. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening to my Sheila-rific, earnest love for one Ma'anan Sheila.
Yeah.
And giving it to me straight. This is the pod where we can just tell each other the truth and
Straight.
have these honest conversations.
I think
Appreciate you guys.
the thing with
Bastards.
situations like that where you get like a cult leader too is there's people that want to believe are gonna believe in this person. If you go in skeptical, people that are skeptical about the shit aren't gonna get like roped in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's usually people already looking for an answer.
People looking for an answer. People looking for purpose and meaning. People looking for community. People looking for something to believe in. Maybe they're disillusioned by the shit that's presented to them in their life. Maybe they've gone through some shit. And in the beginning, it always starts out wholesome and good. They always do. Right. Usually. Not always, but usually. And then it gets corrupted because the person who's leading shit, they usually know what they're doing.
Right.
You know?
I'm telling, like, the thing is for me, if I would be susceptible. You guys, I know we were joking about, oh, pal, careful who you talk to.
I wasn't joking.
I am very susceptible to mentors, leadership, people who I believe in giving me advice. I take it, man. I take it. If I met one of these dudes that wrote one of these books, if I met Don Miguel Ruiz, if I met James Redfield, I would be ear open, give me that soul download. What do you need me to pick up your groceries? Yeah, sure, dude. Need a foot rub? Yeah.
I would be too, but not the groceries and foot rub. I would take in all of the information. I would listen as a understanding that I'm a person that doesn't understand as much as this person.
Right.
But you take in all of that stuff. You can't give away your personal sovereignty and freedom to this person.
Wow.
I think that's the problem, is like when you give away your individuality and all of that, that's where the trouble comes in. And like putting these people on a pedestal, you know, like they're some god. Yeah. They basically they deify themselves like they're a god walking amongst humans.
So question for you, Billy Reilish. How far would you go for Dave Grohl?
Nowhere.
You guys are playing in a band, and then he's like, "Bro, this is sick licks." Can you go to the all-you-can-eat buffet and sprinkle this white powder with tikka masala for me?
Yeah. Obviously, I would do that. Yeah.
Would you do that?
No. No, I don't know. Some person that I admire asks me to do a weird thing. I'm not going to do the weird thing.
Yeah. If you have some cool tips on how to become a better musician, sure,
right? Like, yeah, something like that. But like, it's a weird perspective of like, these people aren't any more special than me in any way in particular, right? Like, sure, he's a much better songwriter and guitar player and stuff like this, but does that make him like a person for me to defer to? I don't think so.
Right.
Like, except for in those specific realms, right?
Right.
Yeah. Ooh.
So yeah, Party Basques here. Okay, well, where's the line? What if he offered you an opening spot on his tour, but he wanted sexual favors? See, like that. I mean, that's a game time decision, you know.
Right? Like glory hole glove.
The Weinstein effect.
What if he just wanted you to hold the pocket pussy?
But yeah, if it's a transactional situation here, like, I mean, I don't know, that becomes more interesting then, right? If I'm getting something out of it. But what you were describing before here is just like, oh, this person said this thing I agree with, I'll do what they say.
True.
Right?
True,
like,
true.
You know, I'm not doing that. But if I'm getting something out of it, hey, I mean, yeah, you got to weigh the pros and cons in that case.
So you just have to hold the pocket pussy through a glory hole.
Sure.
And you get to play 2 songs before whatever Grohl band is going on tour of Seattle. Do you hold it?
I just play 2 songs at one show?
He bounces around freaking Washington, and you get to be the guy. Every night that you hold it, you get to do 2 tracks.
That's a tough decision, man. That's a tough decision.
Right?
Because I mean, like, what's really the downside here is that, like, what I hold the pocket pussy and the dude bangs it. All right.
Right.
What's actually so bad about that? Like, I have agency in the situation, so
Totally.
You can look away. You don't have to.
You can look away. Yeah, you can hold your breath or whatever. You can plug your ears, kind of.
Hold it with tongs.
Put your own music in. You're on the other side of a wall.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, there's a wall in this situation.
there's a glory hole.
Yeah, that's what he's saying,
Look
right?
at dude in the eyes.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like you hold this thing for him while
What
he
if
just
it was
goes
a
to town on
plexi
it.
glory?
Like you could see through.
Yeah.
he wanted.
That becomes a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
What are these things?
I don't want the intimacy of the situation.
Right? He just has his nose on the glass.
Yeah. So you're losing me now.
Okay, copy. I guess the idea is to get where you need to go without compromising your,
yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah, I
There's
think
a moral to this tripod.
as long as you realize that humans are not gods. Humans are humans. There are some humans who have more knowledge than others.
Right.
Like this podcast, where
You can defer to them for
a lot
knowledge.
of knowledge.
And at the same time, like, you can take in information and decide which stuff to take and leave. You don't have to
Right.
like take this person's word as
Oh
gospel.
yeah, obviously.
That's, I think,
Dude,
the
people
tricky
who are
part.
really, really smart in one field don't know shit in other fields.
Exactly.
Like, some dude who's like a fucking like has like 3 PhDs in some like medicine field or something like that. I don't know. You probably know a lot more than him in other fields, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't take his financial advice if he's a doctor. Right? Like, hey, why would he know any better? Yeah, like Joe Rogan. Like, there you go. Don't take advice from knuckle draggers in general, I think is good advice.
It's
Who's Jopra?
he says that
Jopra.
quite regularly on the show. He's like, please don't listen to me for advice. He's like, I just say
Good.
shit. People go to him and they're like, oh my god, they said it on Oprah, they said it on Rogan. And
Yeah.
it's like, this guy's just talking to people. Please don't take his word as gospel.
Dude, I've always thought Joe Rogan's just a complete dumbass, man. Like he's
says
never
it. He
struck
says
me
it.
as I
He
think
says it regularly.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like people, I think people who get caught up in like listening to everything on his podcast is they just confuse asking questions for like critical thinking.
Right.
Because like Joe constantly is asking questions to people, and they're like, "Oh, well, smart people are always asking questions to learn." But like Joe like asks a question, not even often a good question, and then he's just like, "Yeah, cool. Have you ever done DMT?" Like,
Yeah.
I think
I did love him on
not to mention his eagerness to give platforms to really questionable people without any sort of actual skepticism involved with it.
yeah.
But
I
you know,
mean-
he like fucking hosts Alex Jones and shit like this, and like,
I think that shit's hilarious because
yeah, but a lot of people think it's legit.
You can hear how the guy thinks and how he speaks in a little bit more of a long form situation, not in a soundbite, because he is just as fucking crazy in a 3-hour podcast as in the clips.
He's
But
nuts,
you can
yeah.
see it's basically, it seems like a person who saw the aliens and is trying to explain to you, like, you have no fucking idea what's going on. And the guy's just like, dude, are you okay? It's like he saw on the other side of the veil of some shit.
Yeah, but like,
It's super entertaining.
my
but
issue with
the
that
guy
though,
is insane.
my issue with that though is that like Joe Rogan is like straight up friends with the dude and like just talks
I
to
don't
him
think
on like the same level and like and broadcasts that out to so many people where it's like, I don't know, there's some responsibility that comes into play at some point, right? Like he has all these like alt-right talking heads on his show and just like kind of gives them the time of day. We're like, why do this?
Because isn't that how you're gonna bridge the gap between these people?
No, I don't think
talking
so
to
at all,
them?
man. Like,
I'd rather hear how this person talks and thinks and disagree with them. I think that falls.
okay,
on the
that's
listener.
different. He's not having these people on and debating them from a point of rationality. He's having them on and letting them espouse bullshit for an hour at a time. More than that sometimes.
Yeah, I guess doesn't the responsibility fall on the listener to be able to like decipher that though?
No, I don't agree, man. It's like he's
Like
basically
it falls on the listener to think critically. Take
yeah,
this
but
stuff in.
people aren't equipped in that way that often, right? Like
I don't
people
think that's giving people enough credit.
I-
Actually, but you know what? If we're talking about that cult shit,
They're star suckers.
that's it's exactly the same thing.
it's kind of like some cult shit in a way, I guess, because like I'm speaking from my own perspective of listening to the show, where like I hear this person, I'm like, I really don't agree with a lot of things this person says, but they actually did say some things that I agree with, and so that helps me bridge a gap between my own beliefs and this person's beliefs. Even though I strongly disagree with a lot of what they say, there's one or two things that maybe we do agree on, and maybe that's a bridge that we could gap there's some people that are a lot more susceptible to falling into like.
All right, even so, like basically the upside here is that the broken clock is right twice a day is what we're getting at. Like, oh, they made like one or two good points, but you have to take that with all the bad things these people
absolutely.
say.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Right, like he has like all these like transphobes and like conspiracy theorists and all this shit on his podcast, and he really doesn't do enough to not frame that as just like giving it the same time of day that he would having like a genuine scientist on the show talking about a field that they're an expert in, right? That's the issue, is that there's no differentiation between that. And for a huge amount of listeners, because he's like the biggest podcast in the world, even if it's a small percentage of his listeners who are just kind of looking at those things as being held equally, that's still like, that's doing a bad thing. And the point is that it's like, it's a lack of, I don't know what's a good word, like a lack of virtue on Rogan's part for not having any sort of stance on anything, because he's a self-admitted dumbass, and I agree. But like, I don't know, like you have to be responsible with a platform at that point, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I guess in the beginning when it was smaller, there was less of a responsibility, I guess. But now that it's become so big, maybe there's more of a responsibility with what he's saying.
For sure.
You know, in the same way that we're talking about like Logan Paul and his bro, as much as I don't like those guys and all that, like they do have a huge platform, and the things that they say are influencing how people think and what they believe.
I think it's also like the big thing too is that like, yeah, sure. It's just that he has a big platform and he's going to have on who he has on. It's just like for any sort of argument where there's an actual interesting discussion to be had or a debate or something like this, Joe Rogan's just not the guy to do it. He has the platform for it. Dude's not equipped.
That's fair.
Right? The guy just kind of goes along with whatever his guest says. He very rarely pushes back, except in like extreme circumstances, just because like he's not equipped to kind of like pick apart these arguments or points, at least in real time. You know, I don't think he's like actually stupid. I just think he's not anywhere near as smart as he's kind of broadcasted to be with these people he has on the podcast. Like he's not on the same intellectual level as any of the smart people he has. And then he also just puts them on the same level as these fucking dumb people espousing a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. I guess sometimes people conflate, like he is an open-minded person. I think that's what draws me to him.
Sure.
The ability to try and connect to people that he doesn't agree with, I think is what makes me drawn to him. Well, I guess I never really thought of it in that sense, where like he does give like an equal platform. I don't know. I'd have to think about that because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, like if it's being published can give credibility to things.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You know, like even reading this book Jared lent me, Seat of the Soul, to read in it that, you know, karma is a real thing from your past lives and from this life. You do good things that raise your karma, raise your vibes, blah, 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 blah. To read it in a book that was published, that was printed, that was edited, it gives it credibility.
Absolutely. That's the signal boosting, the giving people platforms.
Yeah. And if you throw a dude on the Rogan show, it's like, oh, this guy's, you know, a person, or this girl is a someone of status.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess if he's not challenging them, I've listened to 2 or 3 of the Joe Rogan shows. He had a few, Graham Hancock, who is one of the,
main Egypt dudes
was on there, and I listened to him talk about Göbekli Tepe. And
pretty good one.
Yeah. You can give credibility to a crappy person, I guess. I'm not really up on the pod to really know.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not saying that in every single case, like, Joe Rogan's a bad person doing bad stuff. I'm just saying when he has ardent transphobes and shit on his podcast, and he's like, even Joe Rogan does this as well, like, misgendering people, like, out to millions of people and stuff like this, and just, like, he does all this shitty stuff where, like, it's just, the dude doesn't really deserve this platform. He does bad things. He's irresponsible with it.
He's coming for you.
Well, I think the thing that made him so big and successful was the not give a fuck, have whoever on, talk about whatever. all that stuff. It made it huge, and now it's gotten to
Right.
a point beyond what he could have ever imagined it was going to be. He's even said so plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
You know, and now it's like easily the biggest podcast.
He's literally
Yeah.
Jopra.
yeah, well, it's not even a
speaks
meme
and it
anymore.
happens.
I like that comparison, the Jopra thing, but I read one yesterday on Reddit, and somebody was like, he's more so the Gwyneth Paltrow for men, and I was like, that is a much better comparison. The goof shit and
spicy.
and all that.
Because Oprah was good.
Well, Oprah, yeah, I mean, net positive for sure, right?
Net
So Oprah had issues
What
as
about
well,
Joe?
but like
I would
pretty
say
good.
the same about him.
Yeah.
You think Joe's net positive, Ryan?
No, I don't. I think Joe is pretty net negative.
We will revisit this perhaps on another edition of TriPod. I don't know how we're doing for time. Produce direct.
Could be.
Going to give us a.
Like the thing is, lately he's been having a lot of like journalists and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to listen to like more election shit. I'm kind of burnt out with all that stuff.
Right.
I love listening to when he has like a comedian on and they just talk.
Dude,
shit.
I mean that's the good stuff. It's just
That
like
stuff-
the
that's the shit
informal
that I
banter
gravitate-
bullshit.
That's
When he
the
has like
stuff that I
Bill Burr
love.
and shit on like that. Like, I listen to
dude.
that. Yeah, that's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah. Like those are the ones that I really gravitate to.
Yeah.
And like Parr mentioned it, and David Goggins, I learned about him through listening to him on Joe Rogan.
Right.
I like Russell Brand is one of my favorite people to listen to. And I
Yeah,
listen to him
like
on that
that's interesting
podcast.
people with cool perspectives on stuff, right? But
And
then,
so that's I get what
Yeah.
you're saying though.
yeah, like I'd be fine with that if he's just like, kind of like a general, shoot the shit podcast with some interesting people. That's cool. But then he has like Ben Shapiro on, and he's not really disagreeing with him when he says that trans people aren't people and shit. Like, no, I'm not gonna give him a pass.
Yeah.
This spice was brought to you by TriPod, the TriHards podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. When the pod is so good, sometimes you just got to cut off some good
It's true.
shit.
It's true.
That's just how it is.
It's true. I can't rant anymore.
We're done. I'm going to start next week's pod maybe with some of my favorite pods.
Cool.
That won't be so
Next week I will be on Joe Rogan's show to debate him about whether or not TriPod should
See, this is what I'm talking about. He's giving a platform to these problematic people.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. Send us a comment. Send us a recommendation. We love content. You have a local brand, a small business you want to be plugged for free? What? Slide into my DMs.
Yeah, actually, straight up. I'd be into that.
And it can be a reality.
Down.
All right.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Pod endeth.
See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later.